Oh my fucking word! 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 What did I get myself into? Oh my fucking word! Boys and girls, it's Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid, and holy shit, what did I get myself into? My special guests, if you will, Buff Inc. collectively, separately there, one Buffdad and one 2Buff. I can't believe I got both of you guys on here. Holy crap!
So are you the 1Buff or I'm the 1Buff? Oh, you're the 2Buff. I got it.
He's already confused. It didn't take very long, did it?
I'm down.
You're down?
I'm down.
Oh, God.
Wow.
What did I get myself into?
Well said, as a boomer would say, right? Right there.
Yeah.
2Buff.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. I should have stayed home. I should have stayed home.
Well, you know, this is kind of crazy for me. You guys are really flipping my mind here as they would say, a mind fuck, because I've spoken to one the Buffdad a few months back, and I'm probably like eight months or so ago, 6 months or so, and there was one guy missing. That was 2Buff. I know that the Buffdad and 2Buff, they kind of come in and out. Are you in? Are you out? What's going on with 2Buff? Where the fuck have you been? Did you go to an island and train somewhere? What's going on?
I've been around, man. I've been around. I'm back now. You know, we're family. We get in fights. We don't talk. We break up. We get back together. You know, I'm allowed to disrespect him, but nobody else will. That's for damn sure.
No, and that brings me to my previous interview. I got to kind of cut this short. I'm gonna feel naked because I'm actually cutting it in half. But if there's something that I won't allow, especially on this show, nobody's making Buffdad wait. Nobody.
That's right.
So, anywho, I met you guys up at XWA Center. What a hell of a time. I haven't been up there in a while, and I keep saying I'm going to go back up there, and Buffdad keeps saying, why don't you drag your skinny ass up there? And I say yes, and I don't go. And it's just dance that we do right now. But XWA Center, you guys, when you come out through the curtain, holy shit. You guys absolutely grab the crowd instantly. And I want to get it from both of you. Where and how were you able to grab us fans? Because you're not, don't take this the wrong way. You're not that pretty to look at. So how did you get us? I'm sorry.
Whoa, wait. Time out. Who's not pretty? Have you seen me? Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. But I make up for it, don't I? Get out of here. I make up for it. That's all that matters. They come to see me, and he just happens to be there.
Yeah, okay.
You guys have a chemistry with the crowd. And I want to say that it's because you guys are just like two regular dudes that are coming out. I mean, 2Buff, you're my size. I mean, for Christ's sake, holy cow. I don't know how you do it to get in the ring. You might have 5 pounds on me or so. Me.
You don't look like you're 275.
Oh shit! I cracked. Oh my god! I cracked a rib. Oh my god! 275.
Well, that's because you're not 275.
Oh my god! Holy shit! 275. The chemistry you have between yourselves and the fans when you come out the curtain is very unique and none like any other. How did this chemistry come about?
Really? We just go out there and we be ourselves, and people eat it up. They either hate it or they love it, but either way, they're paying attention.
Now, I want to say, the very first time we ever saw you guys, myself and my Papa Kincaid, we like to call him, he was like, what the fuck is this? I go, I'm not sure, but they say that they have students here. Maybe this is part of the students. I don't know. So let's see where this goes. And son of a bitch, by the time the end of your match, we were all in on Buff Inc. My God, such a great time. The tights, just the freaking Zuba or Zebra or whatever the fuck you got going on. Those alone on your bodies You absolutely knew that was going to be a big seller, did you not?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I went through a couple of different phases of gear before we figured out what was actually going to work. Oh yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But once we found the zebra print, that was it. We knew all animal print all the time.
Buffdad, as how do I put this? As an older gentleman, why would you put on tight skin spandex zebra print shit? I'll never get that. How and why?
You gonna tell him the truth, or you gonna give him some bullshit?
I don't remember the truth.
The truth is, I made it.
No, you did not.
Okay.
I found those.
Okay. Uh-huh.
They look great on me, though, don't they?
Yeah. Now that you have to get warmed up to it. Thank you, 2Buff. You have to get warmed up to it, to be honest with you.
I still haven't gotten warmed up to it, so I don't know.
Collectively together, how long have you been Buff Inc. in the business, if you will, as a tag team?
4.5 years when you started actually working all the time?
Yeah.
Before that, you were just a manager.
Yep.
Were you in the business before working up to this, or were you and the Buffdad? Did you kind of get in it together?
Well, so I started training with Biff Busick, when Biff opened his school in Rhode Island, and we were just both always really into wrestling. So he wanted to come down and check out training, and he decided he was going to be a referee. Started reffing for a while, and then Biff said, "No, how about we dress you up real goofy and put you in 2Buff's corner?" And that's how it started. Buff Inc. is all thanks to Biff Busick.
Yep. Wow. Fine name that you just mentioned there. We love us some Biff Busick. Oh my fucking word. Biff Busick around here, because man, he was a staple up and down and all over the country, international. Then when he got picked up and they called him only lurking, it fucked me up, man. What the hell? Yeah. They do that to us fans. I mean, they took Tommy End and called him Alistair Black, and I go, no, that's Tommy End. Stop doing this stuff. Don't do this. So fine talent, Biff Busick. So you got to train with one of the greats in the industry, man. So you took away, and I know you took away more because you have to have so much more than just in-ring training. You got to get the psychology. You got to get, I mean, I don't know how far we're going to take this. You got to get the physical prowess going, but you also have to get the mindset to be in that ring, because it is not an easy task. So a fine talent to learn from. They say if you go from school to get training from other teachers, it's the best, because then you get a little bit of this, you get a little bit of that. Was Mr. Busick's training right off the ripper? Was he multifaceted in his training?
A little bit. I think it was more of the physical side. Yeah. Biff was very hands-on, very, knock your teeth out. We've all seen it. We've seen how he is. He's a monster. And then when we started training with Bennett and Taven, that's when we started picking up the psychology. Those guys are, the way that they think about wrestling is just something completely different. And I learned so much going to school at the XWA, because you don't get that everywhere. You really don't.
And I've talked to a lot of the talent that have been up at the XWA Center, the Kingdom facility, if you will, and helmed by one Matt Taven over the course. It used to be by Mike Bennett. He's gone in and out doing his thing and whatnot, and Matt Taven has been like the top guy over there, along with Vinny Marsaglia. I don't know if TKO still pops up over there, but he was a staple over there. We don't see no TK over there anymore?
No, I think TK left the business.
There was a point at time where I went to his face page and he was leaning against a wall like an old school Mexican look, if you will, with a poncho.
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the hell? And I haven't heard hide or hair of him. So
Yeah, I
wow.
asked last time I saw Matt, which was the last day that he trained at the XWA because he moved to Florida.
Mhm.
He said that he hadn't seen or heard from TK in a couple of months, and he thinks that TK is done. So
Man, what a and I'm not going to say a wasted talent, but what a talent to lose from the business because my
For sure.
goodness, that dude shot up like a rocket, man. Holy cow.
He did. He was good. He was damn good.
So you guys have learned from some of the best and the absolute best of the business right now. Gotta say, because we've seen what Matt Taven, what he was in the Kingdom previous to where he took it over, and then he brought in the Vinny and TK, and they made that version of the Kingdom. And I was seeing that. I mean, you guys were seeing it in a different light, but I was seeing it as a fan firsthand over at the NEW arena in Bethany because it was just culminating, and he was doing his thing while he was injured over there, and TK and Vinny were just really, really jumping up hard, man. So my point being is, we see where Matt Taven is now, and Mike Bennett. Holy shit! It's full circle all over again. They call it the OGK, if I'm not mistaken. At this point, Matt Taven has rebranded. He's called The Trend Matt Taven. I stalk his face page as much. I follow his face page as much as I possibly can because I want to see what's going on now. As a fan, my juices are flowing. My interests are there, and I'm invested as a fan. But that's what you guys do, and that I think is a big takeaway of the people we've just talked about, and what you guys do when you come through the curtain. We get invested so quickly into the Buff Inc. Thing. You've learned from great minds, and you've taken it, and you've sucked in the fans to it. And I applaud you both because you're not, Jack like Brian Cage, and we're getting into that, Buffdad. You're not built like that guy, and you're not a high flyer like a Ricochet and stuff. But what you bring to the table, it's still that part of wrestling that is kind of lost at times, if you will.
I agree completely. I mean, there's not much of that left anymore. Everybody wants to be serious. Everybody wants to be a shoot wrestler or a high flyer, and
nobody engages the fans anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about moves now. It's all about moves and who can do the prettiest stuff, and that's just not us.
Yeah, because I don't have any moves.
Yeah,
so.
well, we know that.
There is one move, and if I could tell a quick story to the boys and girls, and I don't know if I've told this on our last sit down with Buffdad, but it's a very all-time favorite story of myself and Papa Kincaid, and it goes a little something like this. Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. We're at a Friday Night Alley fight, and Buff Inc. was involved in a little something down there, and I shit myself whenever I saw Buff Inc. was on the card. I'm telling you, there's so many cool names that PAPW gives us. All the way down, we may partake in a little bit of the devil's lettuce on the way, just to get primed up, if you will. All the way down there, and I am not blowing smoke up your ass. All the way down, me and Papa Kincaid were like, fucking Buff Inc. is going to be at Paradise Alley. This is going to be something. So you guys come in, you do your thing. I stand up. I boo the piss out of you. You give me the heat, even though Buffdad gives me a hug. I love that no matter what. Heat or not, I get that love from Buff. I just love that.
I was trying to steal your wallet.
Yeah, but okay, never mind. That's what's been going on.
In it anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was empty.
Here, let me show you what I got. Not a stud. But we're at PAPW. They come out. They do their thing. Blah blah blah. The match is starting to go. Now Buffdad thinks he's going to do this spot, if you will. He's going to go from turnbuckle to turnbuckle, and he's going to pummel him from post to post. Now I'm filming this with my phone, and I can see it after he hits him once. He hits him twice. I look at my dad and I go, "Watch this shit." Buffdad, pace yourself. Pace yourself. My man is going bam, bam, bam.
It was like 50 times.
Bam. More like 5 or so. But
I counted.
I will always cherish that moment that I took from that night in wrestling forever. Because it's just those funny things or something that really stands out in my mind from that said evening. Do I remember what else happened that night? Fuck no. But I remember when Buffdad gassed out right in front of our eyes. It was some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. And me and my dad got the biggest tickle. Not just me and my dad. I'm not trying to be selfish. The crowd really got a tickle out of that. I got to give it to you.
I mean, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, where that's missing from wrestling now. And you don't have a lot of those moments that you will remember forever anymore. You know, you've seen 1450, you've seen them all. I mean, yeah, some guys do it a lot better than other guys. And I'm not taking away from anything anybody else does, because I wish I could do a 450. I do. Yeah, okay.
I can.
But you're not going to remember that for the rest of your life.
No, not at all, because it's Tope Suicida after Tope Suicida. There's like 3 or 4 of them now in an effing match. There's moonsaults, there's the flippy stuff, and we see all of this stuff. But that's what we talk about on this show, is the evolution of A, wrestling, B, the wrestling fan, and C, the wrestlers themselves. There's an evolution that goes in these weird chunks in the life and existence of wrestling. And it's just happened that way. But I think what's happened is it became so like at the beginning of that process, it was so awestruck to our eyes. It was like a shock jock on the radio. Howard Stern, you turn it on and you're like, oh, it's just Howard Stern now. You know, it's not like, oh my God, it's fucking Howard Stern. Did you hear it? You know what I'm saying? It's not like that anymore. So I think that's what's happened. Some of the fans, they still feel that holy shit. They want to see them, you know, NASCAR, wrestling and NASCAR are very similar now, because the fan is just looking for the next fucking car crash. Yeah. That's all they're looking for.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm not looking for the car crash. I'm looking for the entertainment value. I'm looking for the in-ring fun. I'm looking for the in-ring skill. I'm looking for the character. I'm looking to see how, when you come out that curtain, do we know if we're going to boo you or cheer you? If we've never seen you before, when you guys come through that curtain, we fucking know what to do. But that's what I'm saying. You give us the signals. You know how to act when you come through that curtain, though. So like you've said, some shit has been lost. Managers in general, another part of the art form that is lost. But Buffdad, he brings that shit to the table because, hey, I don't want to get in the ring tonight. I'm going to be a manager. You can do that. But I can't see you being a ref. Ref Buff? Really? You're a fucking ref?
I mean, and that's the thing is,
I'm a great ref.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, you are. I mean, all the matches that you ref, I win, so I can't.
Exactly.
Sounds good to me. And I mean, even a lot of the guys or girls that do have managers, they aren't utilizing it the correct way. It's just another face out there. I mean, if you have a manager, they should be doing something during your match. They should be involved somehow, whether it be to help you cheat and win or something. They need to be involved. It's another part of the story, just like the referee. The referee should be just as involved in the match as anybody else.
And so should the fans.
Well, yeah.
And those are the puzzles that all comes together in just one match. Just one match. If you can combine those pieces and get them to sit well, we walk away with these memories. You know, going there and seeing Ricky Steamboat refereeing for TK and stuff, like, holy shit. These are these things that we take away from us, though, that I'll never forget. And XWA Center, boys and girls, if you don't know, and I know I've spoken about this on the show, look them up. XWA Center. There's an XWA fan base to follow all of their stuff. They're always active when we're rolling. But they were going pretty much to the last minute because can COVID stop? can COVID? You see? No. the King COVID, it stopped everything, and the companies followed suit. But then when we got a little bit of leadway, XWA opened up the center, and we were able to do some Thursday night throwdowns.
Thank
And for a little
thank
bit.
goodness, because man, I tell you what, I miss it.
Mm-hmm.
I miss. We haven't wrestled since October, and I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I need to hit somebody.
Oh my God! Speaking of hitting somebody, a memory just went by on my face page, and it has to involve with 2Buff. Now
I know
I thought
exactly where you're going.
I thought you were I thought you were disappeared forever, so I didn't tag you. I didn't know what to do with that, so I just kind of left you on the DL on the tag on that one. But I did tag one Jose Perez. He is the how do I put this? The innovator of the flaming chop, if you will. And when that man chops, there is no fucking around. You are gonna get a chop. Woo does not do it justice. Just ask 2Buff. I feel if we fans woo at a Jose Perez chop, that's underselling that chop. My man 2Buff.
Chop you again.
My man 2Buff got lit time and time and time and time again. There was a lesson to be learned on that specific evening with Jose Perez getting back in the ring, mind you. You pulled him back in the ring. You did it. So don't
mind his own business.
Yeah, if he had just stayed out of our business, our problem was with Joey Bones. It had nothing to do with Jose, but he had to go and stick his nose in it, so we handled it. And I might have got lit up that match, but did we win that match? I'm pretty sure that was one that we won.
Win that match.
Okay, I give you that. But your chest looked like Buffdad's shirt. It was awful. It was so bad.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. And that was a rough night.
I've always wanted to ask you this question because me and my dad, we thought you were going to die. Like, period. We thought you were going to die. I've been wanting to ask you since that evening, and I'm talking, what? Were we, like, 2+ years past that? Maybe 3 years?
About more like 4 or 5
4 years.
I'm pretty sure the memory popped up from 4 years ago.
Wow. Oh, 2017, you're right.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow, it's been 4 years. How the hell did you survive and live through that experience?
Barely, just barely. That was probably one of the roughest. Well, I wouldn't say one of the roughest nights of my wrestling career, but that was tough. And by the time he was done, so was I. I mean, you can only take so much before it's like, all right, dude, like you're gonna cave my chest in now.
Flipping it over to Buffdad about the same instance. When he's getting lit up like that and he's pissed you off maybe that night, are you going, Jose, hit him again? Jose, hit him again? Or are you saying, why are you hitting my child like that? That's my flesh and blood. Where are you at on that when 2Buff is getting lit?
Well, I got chopped once that night by Jose, and I ran. And then when he was chopping him, I was like, I'm glad it's not me.
Yeah, leave me to get tortured. It's fine.
You're the wrestler.
I'll carry all the weight.
I'm just the brains.
And that's why, boys and girls, 2Buff weighs 275. That's the reason right there.
That's right.
He's the brains.
Now, on this fine piece of merch that I'm wearing, it shows one Buffdad doing his signature swivel. If you guys, and 2Buff, I'm not leaving you out of this, but the swivel, holy shit, looks god awful, and we love it. I don't know why. It looks god awful, but we love every second of it. Now, I'm going to bring back Brian Cage. You guys got Brian Cage to do the fucking swivel at the XWA Center. Holy shit. Did it cost you like legit money to get him to do that?
Please. He paid us to do it.
Yeah.
I've seen you guys get a lot of the talent to do it that we would have never seen do it. Can you please tell us, the fans, because I haven't seen all of the celebrity swivels, if you will, out of the names that have come through the XWA Center, such as a Brian Cage, that gives you the swivel. What are some of your faves that have given it to you?
Brian Cage is definitely
up there.
Bob Evans and Tim Hughes, we got to swivel with us. That was great.
I love them guys. I love those
guys.
Bennett
Bennett has swiveled with us.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much anybody who gets in the ring, they all want to be just like us. I don't blame them.
Now, I want to revert back to your entrance. When you come through the curtain, obviously we've talked about, you give us, the fans, signals on what to do. Boo, cheer, whatever you want to do, but you give us those signals. And I've seen you do both, which is weird because 98% of the time, maybe 99, maybe 99.7, I've seen you boo. I want to boo you so fucking bad. But there was this one instance that I didn't. I fucking stood up and booed you, and everybody was all clapping and fucking. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Don't you know who this is? But yeah. But the entrance, I want to get back to the entrance. There's one more vital part to a wrestler's entrance, is the music. What the fuck is going on with the music? Where did that music ever come from?
I hate that song.
Yeah, we're pretty over that song ourselves. Like, I hear it in my nightmares now.
Mike gave us that song. Mike gave us that song.
Yeah, that was suggested to us by the Phoenix, and it worked. It worked, and it still works.
Oh yeah,
when
it does.
That first line of music, people know exactly who's coming.
Yep.
And they know exactly how pissed off they're going to be in about 5 seconds.
But it's those things, what we were talking about, getting the psychology. It all stems not from in-ring. It stems from so much more, the psychology part of it. The music, the gear, your look, how you present yourself when you come out on the ramp. And then it gets to the match. So that music sets it in stone. These jackasses are coming out, and I already know what to do. And this music is pissing me off already because, oh, Jesus Christ, it's these fucking guys. What the hell? Kind of thing. So fine job on picking the music because it does work, and it still does work. It hasn't worn out its welcome. I don't know how, though. I really just fucking know. Going back to Joey Bones, there used to be a thing when I started going. That was when Joey was really hot. And I mean hot. Fucking like taking that knife right out of like a blacksmith, taking it fire hot, red hot, white at the tip. Joey Bones was. He had a section when you walked in the XWA Center to the left. That section was holy shit off the charts when Joey Bones was out doing his thing. And I know there was a lot of fam involved and all of that, but it was called the Boneyard. Well, boys and girls, if there's one thing that Buffdad and 2Buff know how to do, is to take something over. One night, getting ready for the old Thursday night throwdown, because I would drive 2 fucking hours just to go there every single Thursday, plus a Saturday when they did their bigger shows, right after work. I want to say I had a screw loose, but I love me some wrestling, so we had some good times. But my point being, what the fuck was I talking about? Entrance?
The Boneyard.
Oh, Boneyard, yes, the Boneyard. My men, they changed the Boneyard. Please tell us, the fans, what you changed it to.
The Buffyard.
Whenever I saw that sign, I lost my absolute fucking shit. I come walking up with my dad. We go walking, and we're standing in line. I go, do you see this shit? And my dad was like, that is so them. And I'm like, I got to get a picture of this. This has to live forever and ever. As long as Face Page is alive, so won't that picture. Love those little tidbits, those little nuances. Again, 2Buff, it stems back from those little things that are lost from giving us the fans to be invested. Because I mean, for real, let's just be fucking honest. If it wasn't for a lot of the shtick, we fans wouldn't be invested into what you're doing because it's just a couple of regular looking guys without the physique and all of the flash and stuff. So
Right.
the music, the gear, what you do in the ring, and I'm not taking anything away from your training because I know you go to training and you're serious about it. Let that be known right now. 1,000,000%. When these guys get in the ring, it's even though they bring that comical entertainment value, it's still fucking serious because you have to produce yourself a specific way. You have to be a very very alert in the ring. So I know you guys are taking your craft very serious. So this is not all about 2Buff and Buffdad or a bunch of jokes. Absolutely fucking not. And I've talked to a couple people that think so. F you. Because when you go to training and you take your craft seriously and you get us fans invested, I've seen so many wrestlers that maybe look pretty, got great bodies, but they come out through that curtain. I've never seen them before. I don't know what to do with them. So the crowd is just sitting there watching them. Walk down and they get up and they get nothing. Okay, well, what did that prove? That proved fucking nothing. But when these guys come out, hell yeah. These guys, I'm telling you, can COVID, when you stop your bullshit and we can get back to some normalcy, if anybody is watching besides my dad and his dog Jake, I love those two guys. If anybody is watching this, maybe some promoters or anybody with ties into different promotions, take a look at these guys. Really, get them on your show. It's a lost. There's a lost piece. There's a piece of your show that is missing that you don't know until you get these two guys on. And I know I'm blowing a lot of smoke up your guys' ass right now, and I'm chit-chatting about Buff Inc. But it's well worth it because, again, I invested from day one onto your characters. So I thank you as a fan because you gave us a direction, we latched onto it, and we have a lot of fun.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. And I mean, yeah, we definitely want to start stretching our limbs and going out other places. I mean, XWA will always be home, always, but it's just XWA isn't enough anymore. We're ready to move forward and start traveling and, you know, take over wrestling just like we take over everything else.
Well, I can't wait to see that day when Buff Inc. spreads their wings because now, speaking of spreading wings, there was one specific event down in ye old Groton. Again, I'll set the scene. Big crowd, might I say. Nice crowd at that show. It was for Constitution State Wrestling. They've only had a few shows down in Groton. I can't wait till they resurface and we can have some fun down there. But they grabbed you guys, brought you in, and me and Buffdad spoke on the side about this. You guys come out, big crowd. Here comes Buff Inc. I stand right up with my phone, pointed right at them, and I boo the piss out of them, and everybody starts fucking cheering for him. I look around, I look down at my pop, and I go, what the fuck is going on around here? He goes, I don't know. I go, me neither. This is bullshit. So I continued to boo. I didn't give a fuck. So me and Buffdad did speak on the side, though. But for the fans, why when you're already normally in said XWA specifically, you guys are heels. We like to boo you. You like to piss on us. Why would you go to a different company and become the good guys and do that part of the program?
It's a completely different crowd. A completely different crowd. The crowd at XWA and the crowd down in Groton, Connecticut are they want completely different things. We don't change up what we do that much, but it all just depends on how the crowd takes it. We went to CSW the first time and they ate it up and they loved us. So we kind of took it and ran with it. And I mean, it worked pretty good for a while they were still running down there. That was a great place to work. I really liked working there.
It was a good place to work.
What were the call letters again?
What was CSW?
CSW. Constitution State Wrestling.
State, yeah. You're the one that started talking about him.
I know, but my brain doesn't work well. We know that. We know that. Yeah, so lots of fun. And I got it. Hey, you know those little Kincaid files? I get up all in, Kincaid files, and then I act like a jackass. I did one with Matt Cross. I was like, holy shit, I couldn't believe you let me do one.
Yeah, I remember that.
But that was my only time seeing Matt Cross. Tore the house down, him and JT Dunn. That was absolutely fantastic. What a great match that was. Fun card. I also seen you guys. Oh, let's talk about something that was really fun. I saw you guys at Battlefront Pro Wrestling. Holy shit. You guys were outside. We were under the pavilion. It was a fantastic evening. So I come walking in. I got my phone on. I got my dad. We just got in there, and I go, ooh, Buff Inc. is here. I am going right to their table, and I'm going to fuck with them as hard as I possibly can. But then in the interim, I see El Jabroni. Now, if there's anything that I do, if I see El Jabroni, no matter what's going on, I drop everything, and I literally get on the ground, and I yell as loud as I possibly can, all hail El Jabroni. That's what we do for El Jabroni. So I had tunnel vision to Buff Inc., but here comes El Jabroni on the side, so I had to pay homage, if you will. That's El Jabroni. All hail El Jabroni.
So you couldn't see us past his head, is what you're saying.
It's 33 pounds. It's a big son of a bitch.
No.
So I I go walking up to the merch table of One Buff Inc., and there's merch tables around, and you know everybody's trying to do their shtick and get people to come over and blah blah blah. And I'm trying to talk these guys down. I think I had like $2, some change, and a set of keys maybe. And man, I wish, and this wasn't on film though. That's the biggest thing that really pisses me off about that whole bit. Not on film, not a second of it. But I remember it like it was fucking yesterday, man. We went back and forth. We even got spectacular JC Rodriguez. I was going to buy one of his shirts instead, and there was this whole thing. When your interaction with the fans is and I mean, obviously, we had a blast. But do you like those interactions with the fans outside of the ring during the intermission and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. I love being an asshole anytime. Anytime.
It's just natural for me. So
yeah.
No, I feel that you guys really bring such a unique flavor to the table. I'd love to see at more shows, for real. And I know I've been kissing your ass, but I don't care, because truth is what truth is. But I want to revert back to the XWA Center because they have produced some fine talent, and I want to just maybe we have the American Sumo alone, Mike Campbell. Holy bleep, that kid really grabbed the reins and went all, and I mean all in with wrestling. You guys have to be, and I know you're part of the XWA Center as students and such and whatnot, but you guys got to be proud seeing a guy like Mike Sumo become a student, you know, going to the NEW shows like you guys were doing and such, setting up the cage, setting up the ring for their shows and whatnot, going from a ring crew doing stuff like that to, man, my boy's been all over the place now, really making a name for himself. So you guys got to be really proud seeing a guy like that, huh?
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, Mike is one of my favorite people in wrestling. He is probably the sweetest guy you'll ever meet, and he is so dedicated to wrestling. And I mean, you can see it. You can see it in everything that he does. Every time you're at a show, every time you can see it. It's just the way that he is.
Now, he transitioned over to the American Sumo, and when he did, he was giving us these Zen promos. And I was like, wow, I'm actually about this, man. This is pretty cool. It was different, though. That's my point. It was something different. We saw a bigger guy. He's comfortable with being a bigger guy. So he thought, what do I do with myself? You know, you got to find your character when you start from scratch, you know? He's a bigger guy. So, and he ran with the American Sumo. And look at him now, son of a bitch. He's tag team champions with Cold Steel Chuck O'Neil. I mean, holy crap. Not only that, but amongst other things. So I wish him the best and all of the success because, like you said, too, Buff, such a great guy. Really, you talk to him outside the ring, so just quiet spoken, and thank you for your support and always appreciative. I love that about
He's very humble, very humble.
Yep.
Now, we spoke of Vinny Marsalia. Is he still part of the training crew over there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, you mentioned that the trend, he trended down to Florida. Who's the big guy up there? Who's running the show?
Vinny.
Vinny, yeah.
Oh, wow. Vinny and the trend, they are really, 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 and I know you're watching, they are really have been producing some great stuff over the past few months. Holy cow, you guys have got to be like seeing this stuff coming out, being like, it's like maybe proud children of a papa or an uncle or something like that. Could you say that? And I know you're not a spring chicken, Buffdad, but still, right?
Whatever. I still
Yeah, I mean, what they're doing is awesome. I love Vinny's new character. Like every time I see a promo or something that he does, it instantly draws me in. Instantly, just the way he talks and the way he moves, everything about it just it feels real. It feels real.
Absolutely does. Because he's taking
real.
Yeah, he's taking that love for horror and it's not that far away from probably who he is because we've talked about that on the show. But when you take something that you're naturally in your life and utilize it for your character or gimmick in wrestling, it comes off so much easier, so much smoother. And we're seeing that. The love that he has for the horror movies and stuff like that. And wow, Vinny is really taking that and totally ran with it. And I know that some guys have liked to do the horror stuff throughout the tenure, but he's doing it very his own way, if you will.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. I don't know how you can take horror in wrestling and take a spin on it, but son of a bitch, he did it. And I know I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go off camera, but I'm gonna search for something here real quick because I know you guys would really dig this.
Donkey Cade's back in the closet.
Yeah, where is it? I put them away so they never get tarnished. They're all wrapped up really nice.
They never get lost, but looks like they're lost to me.
What did I do with them, kids? Huh? What did I do with them? That's a good question. That's a fine question, Buffy. What did I do with them? Oh, son of a biscuit. I had them right there in a very special place, and I did move them because I showed somebody, and what did I do with them? Oh, no, I'm going to shoot myself. What did I do? They're very coveted. And I know I'm trying to filibuster while I'm looking for something, and I'm not on camera, and very unprofessional of me, but I'm a one-man show, very low budget, and I don't give a fuck. What did I do with them? Of course, I want to show these things off, and I can't fucking find them. Of course. Very fitting. So, when you guys are up at the XWA Center, are you still going into the ring and doing your training and such? Because I figure training never stops, correct?
When it's open?
Yeah, I don't think it's open right now.
Oh, okay, because some facilities are, still doing training.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. So unless I knew the school was closed for now. So unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to start traveling a little bit and going down somewhere else for now until it opens back up.
Well, I know TOS is a haul for you guys, but they have been open. Just putting it out there. What the fuck? Oh my God, Vinny! I am so sorry. I have a very special collector's item of Vinny Marsalia. Jesus Christmas. I cannot believe I don't know where they are.
Oh man.
I'm going to have to smoke some devil's lettuce and find them.
That's your problem. That's your problem.
Oh my
right
goodness.
there.
I fit.
That's backwards. That's backwards.
I fit. Fuck.
Just cut the filter off.
Well, that was going to lead up to something very, very epic. And of course, Kincaid style, I fucking failed. So let me describe what I'm trying to find. I do have them. Where they are, I don't know. Why, I don't know. But anywho, there was an auction. When Vinny started using face masks, do you remember that? When he started first coming out with ROH on a face mask? Up here, I have the original one that he started using, okay? And he signed it. He even put a little red rum on it for me. Just for a little personalization. I thought it was fantastic that he did that for me. But there was also, after I bought that, there was an auction online, basically, because it was me and this girl. I don't even know if she was like 10 years old or 12 years old. She could have been this like young fan of Vinny's, and I was outbidding her. But I outbidded her. I won. Suck it, as the ex would say. And I got a very unique, one-of-a-kind pair of Vans, and they're the Horror King Vinny Marsaglia. You got pumpkins on the backs, different styles. There's blood drips. There's an axe with a little blood drip. The Horror King is out on the one of the top of the sneakers, and they were exactly my size. And I jumped in this freaking thing, and I outbidded this girl. I don't even care if she was 80 years old.
What you're saying is you have the same size feet as a 12-year-old girl?
That's what I got.
You never know. You never know. Man, I wish I could find them because you guys would really dig these things. But the point being is that there was never any others made. They were specially made for Vinny through a Disney store company, and I got them. But I paid a shilling and a half, I think. But now, when you guys are up there, you're training and you're seeing the great minds that are training all of the students at XWA. When you're soaking this in, are you looking around at the other students? Because there's a lot of the younger generation that's there. Are you looking around and trying to see, are these kids really soaking it in? Are they there just to, jerk around? Or are you kind of taking in the scene when you're at training? Because I do it. When I'm at wrestling, I want to see who's being boring, who's sitting on their hands. I'll yell at them. I don't give a shit.
It's really hard because, like, how long have we been? It's been like 6 years, and we have seen so many people come in and out of training. Like, you think, oh, this guy is going to make it. He's good. He's going to last. And then 2 months later, he's nowhere to be found. And you're like,
never hear from him again.
What happened to that guy? And you're like, what guy? And like, so many people come through that want to be wrestlers, and then they just never show up again.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to tell who's going to be, like, I never expected Gamble to stay. When he first came into training, I thought, wow, this guy's a fan. Once he starts figuring out that it actually hurts, he's going to leave. And he never did. And like,
now he's way better than you.
Yeah, well, it happened. Doesn't take much.
But yeah, like you said, people just come and go. I mean, when I started in the Biff Busick class, there was 10 of us, and out of those 10, me and Sully are left.
I don't think Sully wrestles anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if Sully's still around or what but like, people go, they show up and they stick around for a couple months, and then they're like, yeah, no, this doesn't work, and they leave. And then you never hear from them again. I mean, I can't even count the amount of people I've seen come and go between training with Biff and then training at the Kingdom. Can't even count.
You mentioned a fine name there. It triggers my brain because we were part of the Sully section. Sully! Love doing that shit. I would come home and do it at dinner randomly and fuck up my family. Yeah. we would have fun with Sully. That guy, that was a ton of fun. I've seen him get low. I just shared a memory. Ref Delta, low blowed right in the sack of Sully. That's not nice. We don't like when Sully gets it in the sack of Sully. That's no good. We don't like that.
I like it.
I thought it was great.
No, we don't. We don't like that.
You got a
Man,
mouse
good.
in your pocket? I want to see one of you. You keep saying we.
Maybe he's probably.
We the we the fans, collectively, we the fans, we love Sully. Sully! Oh, god damn, that was a lot of fun, man. Holy cow. We had so much fun with that. Did you guys, and I know you guys have been down there, but Sully kind of went in a different direction. He started a promotion, and it started as, hold on, let me get this right. It started because I have the original shirt. It started as Live Prov, and now it's gone over to the Wrestle Party. You guys have been down there, and I know that place is nothing but a tons of fun. And boys and girls, if you don't know, look them up on the old face page. Wrestle Party. These guys are a tons of fun. And I know we're at a weird time, but there's footage and stuff that you can check out. But I want to put out something specifically. There was a something with catnip, maybe on a string. I'm sure you guys remember because I gave you a little trigger. Talk to us about that because that's the kind of fun that Wrestle Party brings.
That match was really fun, except for got screwed up in the first 5 minutes, and we kind of just had to run with it after that. So, I mean, but we did have a lot of fun with that. If I remember correctly, that's the match where the firefighters came out with the ladder to get her off the top rope.
Yeah,
that was. And then they knocked me in the head with the ladder for real. That was great. Oh. Yeah, that was not on purpose, dude. I got up and turned around and boom, right into the ladder.
Oh. These are the things that we find out on these. Yes. Sorry. I don't mean to laugh.
We spent, a good half an hour before the match working on a plan that we were going to break her tail. Okay. And then it broke in the first 5 minutes of the match. So we were like, great, what do we beat up now? I guess we'll just hit her in the head.
But as soon as I said that, though, both of you started laughing. That's the kind of fun that Wrestle Party brings to the table. Yeah. And I see it in every single match. There's a little alcoholic beverage to partake in. There's a live band jamming some entrance themes. Really, really fun time over there. I haven't had the pleasure of going up there. Every time that I want to go, some stupid shit happens or something, and I haven't been able to hit one of those shows. But I definitely have to get to a Wrestle Party show when we get some normalcy back.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Now, when you guys, when shit can kind of do some stuff, but I know like some companies right now are doing stuff such as studio wars, if you will. Some companies have done it, and now some are picking up on it and running with that as well. One of the companies that has started doing that is NEW. We spoke about NEW, but now they're doing such things. Are you guys looking to maybe get into some instances like that where there's promotions reaching out to some of the talent and being like, hey, man, X date, we want to put together 6-7 matches or whatever. We're doing it, only in studio, no fans, couple workers, make some noise and blah, blah, blah. Like it's being done. Are you guys into something like that, or are you just waiting until normalcy?
Definitely. We would definitely be interested in anything anybody wants us to do right now. We're ready to go. We are ready to get back in the ring. And I don't know about him, but I'm ready to hit somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
If I see a Don Kincaid face on Facebook again, I'm going to kick you.
Oh, God. I have to hear about this every day, right?
Oh, my God.
Every day, dude, I hear about how your face bugs him.
Wait. He's... what? Everybody calm down. You're telling me my refaces on the reg for a little bit there was infiltrating... Was
like
infiltrating
50 a day.
that was infiltrating House Buff. The house, really? I can't believe I made a mark like that. That's awesome.
I'll make a mark right on your face.
Hey, well, we don't have to do that. Tell me, Captain Don Sparrow. I mean, come on. I mean, come on.
I mean, I don't know. Doesn't really bother me. I'm not on Facebook all day, but you know. Hearing about it every day gets old.
Well, you know, the new year turned. I figured I'd give everybody a break because, see, this, pulling back the curtain a little bit, this is what's happened. I grabbed the stupid thing for a 3-day trial. You got to put in a little number just so you can get that 3-day trial. But again, I'll revert back to I'm not that bright. My 3-day trial came. Then my 3-day trial went, and long and behold, I got a notification. $20.99 was transacted to your card because of reface. I go, fuck! I just paid for
it. Well, you got your $20 worth.
Not even yet. You and Elijah 6, I haven't even fucking started. But what I did do was I peppered out a tit load, if you will, and I had a lot of fun. Got some banter going with some of the fans, some of the wrestlers. Even took the firm collectively and made them all twisted and fucked up. Now that was fun. I probably up to date because once the calendar year turned, I figured everybody was kind of sick of them on the reg, and I might want to stay away from the reface.
It's not that he didn't want to pay another $20 because the month was over.
Oh no, no. I still got that for a whole year. We're talking from
a year.
Yeah, from November. Yeah, November to November. I got it for a whole fucking year. So what I'm gonna do, pulling back the curtain again, I'm gonna space my reface sessions, if you will. So I give you a month, maybe a month and a half off, and then bam, out of nowhere, there's gonna be Buffdad. Like you never even fucking seen him before. Because not only do I know how to do GIFs, I know how to do still pictures, and you guys are screwed because I am so doing a Buffdad. Oh my god.
It's all right. You'll probably be better in the ring than he is anyway.
Oh my god. I can sit here and talk to you guys for like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. First off, nobody wants to hear me talk that long.
No,
second,
just us.
True.
Just us. I mean, we could go for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours.
Oh, I'm sure you could. My longest one to date has been 2.5 hours, and I spoke to Dan DeMann, but not Dan DeMann. As soon as I turned on the camera, we connected on Skype. It was a fucking plastic Funko doll made by one Dave Cole. Love me some Dave Cole. It was made by Dave Cole. Very fine rendition of Dan DeMann. Looks just fucking like him.
Hey, we have some too.
Of you guys?
Yes.
Oh, would you please post them? Please, I would love to see that shit. Oh my god.
When I get home, I'll send you a picture of it. I don't have to.
Yes, send me pictures.
I can go back. Hold on.
So I ended up talking to a fucking plastic doll for 2.5 hours.
That's awesome. Dan the man is awesome. He cracks me up every time, man. Every time.
Tell me that guy, with his tenure in the business, tell me that guy is not fucking money every single time you see him in the ring, 2Buff. I mean, holy cow.
Definitely. That guy, he's one of the best at getting the crowd to hate him. He's up there with guys like Darius Carter, where like people legit hate that dude. Like, you know, it's old school. It's old school. Dude, take it out of the box.
It's too shiny. Yeah, it's too shiny.
A box.
Nice box, Dad.
Whatever. That's what I said to your mom too.
Oh! Shut the fuck up. Oh my God, that is beautiful.
Isn't it great?
That is absolutely amazing. Oh my God.
Dave Cole is the man.
That is so cool, man. Holy shit. Holy shit. Speaking of Dave Cole, recently, over this past weekend, GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, did a historic 24-hour run. Fight TV, YouTube, and they were not telecasting, but they were kind of using the Fight TV and bringing it over to their Twitch channel. But it was a 24-hour run from this past Friday at 8 p.m. to this past Saturday at 8 p.m. Now, what they did was there was a one shot. There was a hard cam and a mobile cam. And it was just one ring and like this warehouse kind of thing or garage or whatever. I don't know what was going on. And what they did was blocks of 5-6 matches or so from different promotions. And so they would do this and then this, and more promotions throughout the 24-hour run. Dave Cole, at the same time, you go to his face, boys and girls, go look him up. Dave Cole, you can't miss him. He's got a cool little art thing on for his profile. That's his original art. This is right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a Davey Cole original right here, baby. That is Ultimate Pac, if you will. Ultimate Pac-Man. That's Ultimate Warrior and Pac-Man put together. That was personally handed to me by one Davey Cole. Love me some Davey Cole. But go to his page because on that same night when it started, he did a 24-hour run of art. He was producing art for 24 hours as long as that event was running. And he came up with some cool stuff. So, yeah.
So talented. So talented.
Yeah.
Both artistically and in the ring.
Absolutely. And I know that was a sponsored thing because what they did was they got a bunch of sponsors to join up on the table with them. And they sponsored matches, promotions, wrestlers, and it was really cool because what they did in between was give us sponsor commercials, okay? But my point being is, and I hope GCW doesn't take this as a slight, I'm just a fan. I don't know how much it takes to run these things. They only used one mat in a 24-hour run. Please, Davey Cole, he hand paints fucking mats. Send him a mat. Have him hand paint GCW for crying out loud. I think he's actually done a couple for him.
I think so.
Get a mat. Just to change over. And, you know, even if they probably did change over, it'd probably be bloodstained anyways. But really, they used one mat for the entire 24-hour run. I just found it. P.U. Little something. I just wanted to put that out there. PSA, GCW, another 24-hour run. Get another mat. Just switch it over. So Buff Inc., you've created Buff Inc. as Buffdad 2Buff. I don't see the gimmick, the characters, going too far out of that realm because I think you hit it. You got your flow going with the characters and stuff. Is this going to evolve into something else, or is it going to stay Buff Inc.?
I mean, you never say never. We can't really say what's going to happen. I mean, at this point, we're just, hoping to get back in the ring and start doing our thing again, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Well, I can't wait to see Buffdad do a 450. That's going to be something amazing. Oh shit! Never mind. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
I'll be in touch for like 4 years after that.
We should probably start a GoFundMe now for the medical bills. Just saying.
Buffdad me. Sign up for the Buffdad.
I should have my own thing.
Oh God!
Just send me money.
I'm here the end of this now, Don. Thanks.
We've touched so much upon Buff Inc., Buffdad 2Buff, XWA, all sorts of Buff-related topics. Have I not touched upon something that you guys would really like to speak about before we bring this to a tail here?
No, I think we've pretty much covered it all. Like I said, we're just hoping that somebody sees this and decides that, they want to get us in their ring, because we miss interacting with the crowds. We miss doing our thing. We really do.
And it's not like we can't do this again.
Do what again?
This.
Well, I mean, he waited forever to ask me to do it anyway, so.
And you had to volunteer. He didn't even.
I had to volunteer. He doesn't
message
message me or nothing like, "Hey, you want to come on the show?" No, you ask him, but not me.
He did. He messaged me and said, "Hey, you want to be on my show?" I was like, "Yeah, of course."
Well,
he didn't ask.
Well, again, to my defense, sir. You were here. You were gone. You were here. You were gone. I was like, "Where's 2Buff?"
He fell through a crack.
Well, hey, thin guys do that once in a while. It is what it is. Boys and girls, if you want to check these guys out, don't type in Buff Inc. I don't know why they haven't made a page. They've made separate pages, which makes make a page. I mean, for real, make a page.
I don't know how.
And then I gotta run 3 pages.
Okay, don't make a page. So what you want to do is go on the old face page and type in and Buffdad is one word. I don't know why that is, just to be different probably. The Buffdad, one word. Go check the Buffdad out, and then you've got the number 2 and the word buff all together. Those are their pages respectively, and I know I'm kind of taking that over for you. But do you have any other social medias that we can find you on, maybe to look up some material? Because if we do have at least somebody else besides my dad and his dog watching this, maybe a promoter or somebody that, has listened to our fun and they want to get you on a show. Is there any stuff that we can find on the interwebs?
I mean, if you Google 2Buff, most of my matches come up. I also have Instagram. It's the one and only 2Buff. He has an Instagram, but I don't think he's put anything on it in like 10 years. So don't even bother with that. But yeah, and then Facebook. I mean, we're not hard to find. We're not hard to find at all.
I got you.
There's not very many 2Buffs.
No, that's for
the
sure.
One and only.
Yeah, that is damn sure. I think I'm with you there, Buffdad, because I made an Instagram probably like 3, 4, 5 years ago. I've only done one post, and it had to do with El Jabroni. Oh, hell, Jabroni. So, I mean, I don't even know why I have one.
I know how to use Facebook. That's it.
Yeah.
Barely.
Well, you know how to yell at me on Facebook. I do know that.
Yeah.
Should have seen him trying to figure out Skype.
I wish you would have hit the record button. Just grabbed your phone and watched him try to set this up. That would have been fan-fucking-tastic.
Whatever.
Dude forgot how to use a computer.
I use my phone. I don't use the computer anymore.
I know. Tell me about it. Every single thing I do is with my phone. I don't have a computer because I'm poor. I mean, it is what it is.
I don't have a computer either. This is my wife's computer.
Well, you guys have been absolutely fantastic and as much fun as I knew we were going to have on this fine Tuesday evening with these guys. And I'm telling you, I'm going to reiterate it one more time. I'll just put it out there. I'm kissing their ass this time, though. Get them on your show. You're going to have some fun. Your locker room will have some fun. Your fans will have a great time. They won't disappoint. And I know if you have them on once, you want them to return because, again, they bring a value that a lot of guys and girls just don't have or don't think of, if you will. And they bring their own flavor. And you guys have been absolutely amazing this past hour.
Hey, man, thanks for having us. We really had a good time, man. Now, hopefully we'll be seeing you soon.
Live would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Not even there.
I wanted to prep myself, though, because hold me to my words. I know it's a ride, but I've done it before, and I'm not scared to do it. Just always have some shit going on Well, mark my words. We get to some kind of fucking normalcy. We get that XWA center opened up. My dad, myself, we're hitting the fucking road. And we're going to XWA, man, because we really fucking miss XWA, and we got to get back there.
We do too. We do
Yeah,
too.
we
And
do
I
too.
mean, this has really showed, I think, everybody that just because you think something's going to be there forever doesn't mean that it is.
That's for
But
sure.
you should still wear a mask, even if it gets normal. You should wear a mask. Just saying.
I have, you made me look around for my mask, and I'm still looking for those damn sneakers. I don't know where those fucking things went to. You guys have been fantastic. This, Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid, and my very special guests, collectively, Buff Inc., separately, the Buffdad, and 2Buff. That's number 2 Buff. You guys have been awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, man. You too.
Thank you.